Hey guys, Bill Soriano here from Pittsburgh. It's Saturday about 12:17 Eastern Time, and I'm going to do the weekly recap for last week, the week of 3/16/25. And this is using the 4-hour supply and demand zone trading strategy that I sent out to you guys about a week or so ago. And this is really the first week that we're using it in the new style where it's damn near 100% objective, right? And there's no subjectivity to it, very little subjectivity. Um, Basically, you're going to identify the 4-hour trend bias, and you're going to identify a supplier demand zone on the 4-hour time frame, trading with that trend bias. Once that zone is hit, you're going to use two indicators for that, right? The DeLorean EMA and the Lux Algo Smart Money Concepts. And I have this all outlined in this PDF file here, which I will drop a link to this in this video description area if you haven't seen this yet. And it also has the two videos explaining everything, explaining the 4-hour supply and demand zone, and then also explaining what you do once that demand zone is hit. You drop down to the 1-hour time frame, and then we look for an impulse candle that creates a buy or sell shift using the 5 and 13 EMAs, or a change of character shift, right? Or both, which is the best option, and then so on and so forth, which I'll show you. So I'm going to show you which trades I was able to take last week here. So let's just look at this real fast here, if we can. So last week I was able to get in this trade in GBP AUD. I did exit half the position at one point, and then I let the other half run to almost the profit target goal. Okay, it ended up getting about a what is that, about a 2.1 reward, 2.1% reward on this. And then I currently have a position open in CADJPY, which is currently up just a little bit right now. And I got in that position overnight, Thursday night into Friday morning. So let's just show you what this looks like here. This is the GBP AUD trade. And I'm going to use this replay tool to try to show you what I'm seeing. And again, guys, the purpose of these videos, and keep in mind that that was my demo account you was just looking at. I'm trading this on demo. This is not real money. I'm not giving you any trading signals. I'm showing you what happens after the fact. I show you how to find these trades on your own, right? And then I do a weekly recap where I show you what happens after the fact. So I'm not giving you any signals or anything like that. I'm teaching you a strategy for free that you can use, and it's completely free. The only thing is you might need to get the basic level account with TradingView in order to add all the indicators and do all the alerts and everything like that. But it's basically a free strategy. Now, if you're looking for something that's more done for you, let me know. I'll give you information on our community and the company that we're with. We have a Discord channel. We do live sessions. Our company has educators that do live sessions every day, Monday through Friday, several times a day. We have scanners. We have an impulse scanner that we teach you a couple strategies with. And the company also has live educators that send trade ideas right to your phone. Kind of looks like this right here. You download an app and you get a trade idea sent to you from one of the educators on the platform. Okay, and then you can decide whether or not you want to take action on it. But this is completely done for you. The scanners like the impulse scanner, pretty much you can spend very little time on the charts, being able to take trades on demo. You can test these out, the impulse scanner and these trade ideas, right away on demo accounts, and we'll show you how to set up a demo account if you don't have one. But if you want information on that, let me know and I'll send you the link. But other than that, this is just not signals or anything like that. I'm just showing you trades after the fact. So this is what the chart looked like. Now remember, we want to determine the trend on the 4-hour time frame. Okay. This is the 800 EMA, the blue one, the gray one is the 200, the aqua is the 50. And again, if you don't understand what I'm saying as you're watching this recap, you have to go back, you have to go down in the description area, pull up that 4-hour PDF, 4-hour PDF file there that I just showed you, and click on the links in there and watch those two YouTube videos first before watching this. So here's our breakup structure. So again, uh, price is above the 800 and the 50 is above the 200. So that tells us that the scenario is bullish. Okay, we're going to turn the indicator on here, right, to show the order blocks. And it gave us this order block right here. So it gave us this demand zone. This order block is also called a demand zone because we're buying from it. If it's an order block that we sell from, then it's a supply zone. So this was our area. And we, of course, highlighted this area and then we set an alert right here to go off when price hits that area. Okay, now I'm going to replay this for you, and I struggle with this replay mode a little bit, so bear with me here, guys. I'm just trying to show you what I was seeing because on this pair here. Okay, so right here, price goes down into our zone. This was the 17th. This was March 17th. Again, this is the recap for the week of the 16th. So this is Monday the 17th when this happens. So now what we want to do, we want to drop down to the 1 hour time frame. Now on the 1 hour, and we want to just take the supply and demand zones off of here, right? So this is our area. Now on the 1 hour, we don't see those three moving averages that we had on the 4 hour. On the 1 hour, I just have the 5 and the 13 showing up. The 5 is the yellow and the 13 is red. This way I can identify one of the two market shifts that need to occur, either a impulse candle that gives us a buy or sell shift, which means for a buy, the 5 crosses the 13 and closes above it on the way up. For a sell, it crosses and closes below it on the way down. So if we get an impulse candle that does that on the impulse only, right? It has to be a big candle, an impulse candle, a nice candle. That's where there's a little bit of subjectivity, just a little bit, because what might be a nice candle to me may not be a nice candle for you or vice versa. But again, this strategy using these two indicators is damn near 100% objective, okay? That's where there might be a little bit of subjectivity in determining, was that an impulse candle, okay? And did you get the buy or sell shift on that impulse candle? Now, the other thing you could do is you could just wait for the change of character shift. So we could see price moving down here. So we need that in order to get a change of character, we probably need like, this high right here. We need a candle to cross and close above that high to give us a change of character. And then if that would happen, we would get a refined 1 hour demand zone down here that the indicator would print for us. If it doesn't print it, then you didn't really get a change of character, right? It'll also show you a change of character, also like it's showing this breakup structure over here. It'll show that for you, okay? But again, the change of character is the second method. And also, if you want both to occur, that's even better, right? But on this one, we got the buy shift, okay, on the 1 hour time frame. So let me show you what that looks like. Okay. So right here, we got this impulse candle. See how you got a big candle there? And we also get that yellow EMA crosses and closes above the red one. And if you can't tell on the chart here, if you look over here where you have your DeLorean EMA loaded, right? You're going to get the values here on that candle. When you hover over that candle, you can see that the yellow is 3609, the red is 3599. So you did get a cross and close above there. Now, when that happened, what I did was took my fib tool out and I drew a fib from there to there. And then as price moved up, I moved it up, right? And so what we see here now is, let's just pretend these candles aren't here yet, okay? This is where I struggle with the replay tool. I don't shut it off in time, and then it prints the candles I don't want you to see yet. But let's just look at this for a second. Now, this is our 4-hour demand zone. Let's go up to the 4-hour now. And let's just see where we might want to enter this trade. So what you want to do is you want to start out at the 61.8 fib. Okay. And so let's turn on our smart money concepts. You can see that's our order block there. So we have to put our stop loss below that order block, right? And then where would our take profit go? Well, we have the indicator on, but it's not printing an order block up here. It's not printing a supply zone, but we do have this high, right? So that's where our profit target would be. And so now we're starting at the 61.8 because that would be the closest to price, right? Do we have at least a 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio? Yes, we have a 1 to 3.72. Okay. So that means we can set our limit order at the 61.8. Now, if we didn't have a 1 to 2 there, then we would have to move the limit order to the 71, right? See if that works. And then if that wouldn't work, we would have to use the order block on the 1-hour time frame. Okay. But this is fine here. So if we drop back down, we need to set our invalidation zone or stop loss and our profit target, right? Or our goal on the 4-hour, right? So let's drop back down to the 1-hour. Okay, let's turn this off. Now let's remove this here for a second. And then let's just kind of run this over here. Right. And you can see what happens is right here on this candle here, you get into the trade. Okay. That's the 8 a.m. candle on Tuesday morning. So right there, using a buy shift, using an impulse candle, right, where a buy shift occurred on that candle, and then using the fib, you get in this trade right here. Okay. And then from here, let's see what happens. From there, price just moves up. Moves up some more. And then we hit our take profit at on Thursday at 8 a.m. So you're in that trade for about 3 days. Okay, now let's say that we didn't get in. Let's say we didn't get in on that buy shift. You can see here we don't really get that change of character till right here. We don't really get that market shift till right here. Okay. And when that happens, see how you get that market shift, and the indicator actually tells you there's your choke signal. That's a change of character. So back here, it didn't give it to you. It didn't like that. You don't really have a candle close above there anyway, right? And then you get this wick here that gives you a different high. So right here on this candle, you get that change of character. Okay, now from there, just to show you, when you turn the indicator on, you now have a new zone right here. Here's your lower time frame refined 1-hour zone to trade from. Okay. Again, you can use the fib as well, but if you were to miss the trade here, you get another chance to get in right here. And then you would still be in that trade over the weekend. So that's what GBP AUD looked like, guys. Okay, again, if we remove the replay here, and you just see that we took this trade here and right up it went. So again, we got into this trade, right? using the buy shift and using the 61.8. Okay, now let me show you the CAD trade, because this one we got in with the change of character shift. And we did have also a potential opportunity in CHF JPY as well, but I didn't like that, and I'll show you why in a minute. Okay, so this is where we're at. We're currently in this trade here. So if you could see what happened here, guys, price went through our 4-hour zone. Okay, that was our 4-hour supply zone right there, and price just went right through it. Okay, if you go to the 4-hour, you can see that price, you goes through it and then it comes back down into it. And then you get this impulsive candle here that puts you back through the zone. Okay. And that's kind of the candle that tells me it's still safe to look at this pair. And also, again, we're trying to take this to the downside. Let's look at the EMAs, right? So let's look at the EMAs here. Price is still well below the 800, right? And the 50 is still well below the 200. So there's no reason for us to shy away from this trade because it went through our zone, because our indicators are still telling us that this is a bearish opportunity. Now, if you look at CHF JPY, right, this had a similar setup, right? Price didn't go through the zone. Okay, so it looked a lot better. This was the zone right here. But look what happened with the EMAs here. Price was still below the 800, but the 50 crossed above the 200. And that's telling us that there's a chance this could turn bullish. So that's telling us that on this move down here, right, when this gets back up here to our supply zone, right, it may just react and then keep going to the upside. That's what that tells us. That's our indicator telling us, stay away from this pair, look at the other pair instead. Okay. And that's what we did. So let's just turn this indicator off for a second here. And so what we see here is we didn't get in, like I said, when we dropped down to the 1-hour time frame here. We waited for this change of character shift right here. See how price went up through our zone, right? Comes down, moves back up, and then the indicator gives us a change of character on this big impulsive candle here. Okay. So you get the change of character, and then of course you're going to bring out your fib tool. You're going to go from this high here down to here. And at the time we did this, you have to adjust the fib, right? Because at first it's right here, right? Then it's right here, and then it's down here. Okay. So what happens is we got in the trade, we had the fib pulled to right here. We didn't get a chance to edit we didn't get to pull it down to this actual low here is what you need to do. But this is where it was at when we got in the trade. And you can see what happened here. Right? You can see prices giving us a 1-hour refund zone right here that's created after this change of character occurs. Okay. So when we draw our fib, we have our 61.8 entry right here. We have our 71 entry right here. And then we have the beginning of this new supply zone right here where we can enter there as well. Now you can see here, based off of what happened, price came back up. It hit the 61.8. That's where we had the sell limit order, so the trade executed. It also moved up, and it would have hit the 71 as well, okay? But it would not have hit the refined 1-hour supply zone. So if you were waiting to get in there, if you had your limit order set right there, at this point, you wouldn't be in the trade. Now, it may come back up there and hit that as well before it moves down, or it may just react off of here and go to the upside and we lose the trade, right? We lose the 1%. No big deal. But this is why we took this trade, right? And like I said, we got in this trade, I think it was overnight, Friday morning about midnight. Probably either the midnight or the 1 a.m. candle is when this trade executed. So I woke up Friday morning, I seen we were in the trade. I was like, yes. And I just let it run throughout the day. And I'm actually going to hold this trade over the weekend. Okay. Now, we don't normally do that with a lot of our strategies, especially when we're taking trades on the 15, the 5, and the 1 minute time frame. But because this is a higher time frame strategy and we take our trade on the 1 hour, uh, we can make decisions to hold trades over the weekend. Okay. Now, if you're taking a funded challenge, you need to make sure that as part of that challenge, you're allowed to hold your trades over the weekend. And if you're using this strategy for the challenge, you're going to want to make sure that you can hold trades over the weekend, because this trade you don't want to get out of on Friday. You want to hold this over the weekend. Okay. So those are the two trades that I was able to take. I won the GBP AUD trade, and I'm currently still in the CAD JPY trade. Okay. We didn't look to take the CHF JPY trade because, like I told you, the 50 had crossed above the 200, giving us an indication that price may turn bullish in the short term. And so we didn't want to take that one. We went with the CAD JPY trade, even though it went through our 4 hour supply zone, because the indicators were still in line, because the EMAs were still in line here. We were able to still look to take this trade. So we'll see what happens with it next week. Okay. Any questions, guys? Again, make sure you go down into the description area. There'll be a link to this PDF file here, right? 4 hour supply demand trade plan, right? We use the DeLorean EMA indicators like I showed you to determine the trend. Then we use the Lux Algo Smart Money concepts. And you have to make sure that you have the settings, right, set the way I show you here in the PDF file and also in this video, okay? There's a video here explaining the how to use the EMAs. It also tells you here in the PDF file, and also how to use the Luxelgo Smart Money Concepts indicator to determine the best supplier demand zone to trade from. Now, once price hits the 4 hour supplier demand zone, you drop down to 1 hour, wait for a market shift. And the market shift could be one of two things. It could be an impulse candle that creates a buy or sell shift using the 513 EMAs. That's how I showed you I ended up getting into the GBP AUD trade. Or you can wait for a change of character shift, or a choke as we call it. That's how I showed you I got into the CAD JPY trade, right? Or you can wait for both, which is the best option, right? In that case, in the CAD JPY trade, you actually do get both, right? This candle right here, you see, it causes the change of character, and that body has to close below that change of character line, not just the wick, okay? And not just a little bit of the body. You have to watch that. Again, that's where this is could get a little bit subjective. You know, do you just take it if the indicator gives it to you, or do you look at it and say, that really didn't break it, right? And then, of course, you could see at the same time the yellow EMA crosses down below and closes down below the red one. So you kind of get your change of character and your impulse candle with a sell shift on the same candle. And those are the best ones, okay? Those, I believe, will be the best ones. Okay, but again, once that happens, you use your fib tool, you draw your fib retracement from high to low for a sell, low to high for a buy. Again, you need to adjust that if price moves in that direction, as it does until you hit your entry, right? Set your buy or sell limit orders at 61.8 fib to 71 fib, or the refined 1 hour supplier demand zone. that the indicator gives you. Whichever one is closest to the price, and the 61.8 will always be the closest one, and gives you at least a 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio on your trade. Okay, guys, so that's it. That's the strategy. Like I said, it's a free strategy, but you do have to do the work. You do have to get on the charts every day, right? You have to spend some time over the weekend going through, making sure you have your charts marked right for which way the 4-hour trend is going, right? And then you have to get on for about a half hour, an hour every day to make sure you're setting your alerts. Your alerts are right. Nothing changes. When you get your alerts, you have to then take some action to see if you can take a trade. And again, you should be trading this on demo for at least 25 trades so you can see how it works and you can get an idea of whether it's going to work for you or not, right? With your lifestyle and your mindset as well. But there's 2 videos here for you to watch. Now, if you want something that's more done for you, that's where you want to get with me. You want to join our community and join the company that our community all belongs to, right? That's called IOVIA, used to be called I Am Academy, but they have lots of live educators that teach us. That's how I learned this, what I'm teaching you today. I learned this from the live educators at IOVIA, okay? So I didn't teach myself this. I've learned this from the live educators at IOVIA. So if you want something that's more done for you, like I showed you earlier in this video, you can actually get trade ideas sent right to an app on your phone, sent by these educators and master traders at the company that we're with. So you can get this sent to your phone. Our community also has trading strategies you can use with the impulse scanner. That's one of the 9 scanners you get, depending on the package that you get started with at IOVIA. But yeah, I mean, you're going to want to get with me if you want something that's more done for you, where you don't need to be involved so much. This is about 100% done for you, where the educators send you a live idea, and then you check to see if it fits your strategy or not, and whether you should take it or not. And again, I suggest testing these on demo first, or if you get the strategies from our community, right, using the impulse scanner. That's another big thing here. Let's see if I could show you what that looks like here. Oh, that's not what I was looking for. Just give me 1 second here, guys. I should have had this up. I didn't know I was going to try to share it with you here. So this is our impulse process sheet right here. And you get this once you join our company that you're with, and you'll become you'll become a member of our community as a bonus, obviously, when you join the company. But we have this process impulse sheet here. This is the impulse is one of the scanners that the company has. And the great thing about the impulse scanner is it makes it very easy to determine the trend, right? But we got newbie, Forex basic videos for newbies. We show you how to set up a demo account if you don't already have one set up. And then we give you 2 different trading strategies with using the scanner, right? Using the impulse scanner. And you can see here step-by-step instructions on what to do on this sheet. And then, of course, lots of testimonials from users. You'll see tons of these testimonials in our Discord channel. And so if you're interested in that, let me know. I'll send you a link. Other than that, guys, have a great weekend.